Jordan Love on the move? Question mark. So now that the Packers have officially re-signed Aaron Rodgers to a 4-year deal, inking them to have Aaron Rodgers on the backside of his prime so they can draft Archie Manning. That's just a thought. Do the Packers move on from Jordan Love or have him sit and then pick up his 5th-year option and see where? I mean, he's got 2 more years and they can pick up his 5th-year option, but they pay him a lot of money for a backup quarterback. So do they move on from Jordan Love this year? He is a first-round draft pick, so he is making decent money sitting on the bench. But man, where do we see Jordan Love going here? Teams need quarterbacks like Steelers, Colts now need a quarterback. Not the Bears. The Atlanta Falcons could be potentially looking for their replacement going forward. Tampa Bay is looking for a replacement quarterback at their situation. New Orleans is still in the quarterback market. I'm not saying New Orleans does not want Jordan Love. I'll just go ahead and mix that one in the nuts right now. But what are some teams we could potentially see Jordan Love get traded to?
You think he's just like a Josh Rosen?
I think Jordan Love's a bust. But somebody has to throw him in for 16 games to figure that out.
Right. A lot of people are saying from training camp, from everything else, he's not a good quarterback. And you saw him in the 1 game for the Chiefs, and they said he's not a great quarterback. All the fans and the media and all that stuff. But, I mean, wasn't that in Arrowhead?
Yeah. Okay,
so you're playing the eventual AFC championship game Chiefs at Arrowhead. And it's a very hostile environment. Just kind of throw him in there because Rodgers said, "Hey, I got the Rona," right? It was probably thrown on him. When you're sitting there for that many games and you're not playing, you're not really he's probably not really mentally into it. 1 game shouldn't define Jordan Love. I think he definitely gets traded because they traded up to draft him. They will probably not get nowhere near what they need to because apparently his value is way down. But if you want to go teams.
Is he like Josh Rosen, I guess?
I think he goes to – I don't think he goes somewhere to be a starter. I think he goes somewhere kind of like the Falcons. I would say like a backup style that's going to take over. Maybe somebody takes a chance with a couple lower round picks.
What would you offer for Jordan Love? Realistically.
A third.
Yeah, I mean, a late. Yeah.
If someone calls the Packers and they offer a second, that's almost like you can't pass that up for Jordan Love at this point. No, I said J Love is trash. He's Colt McCoy 2.0. I mean, Colt McCoy has some good moments where he just goes absolutely ham.
I remember a guy who, before he started his first season, was throwing fucking hella interceptions in the preseason, and everybody said, "This dude is dog shit. He's not going to make it." You know who that was? That was Patrick Mahomes.
Ooh. I think
he was throwing interceptions left and right in preseason games.
I don't think you can call him a bust. I mean, he's played 1 game. God dang, dude. He's behind Aaron freaking Rodgers. Can't call him a bust.
But them pushing to re-sign Rodgers is a clear statement that they do not trust in moving forward with Jordan Love.
Jamarcus Russell is a bust.
Josh Rosen is a bust.
Josh Rosen, Dwayne Haskins is a bust. They've got multiple opportunities and have stunk like all the time. So,
is Jameis Winston considered a bust?
No, I think Jameis Winston is like a veteran.
He was the number 1 overall pick.
I mean, Jameis wasn't like he's the best, but he wasn't dog shit in Tampa. I mean, he had the 30-30 year there, but whoa, fuck, he threw 30 interceptions. Yeah, but they used Jameis as the fucking scapegoat to build the team that team was. Like Jameis had to ride the wave for 4 years. As soon as they get the defense, the offense going, they're like, "Get the fuck out of here, Jameis. We're bringing in Tom." So yeah, he was the number 1 pick, but I don't think he's a bust.
Sean says Winston isn't a bust, but he is ass. Hot take: J Love is Jamarcus Russell.
Jamarcus Russell too is no. Jamarcus Russell was a fucking clown.
Jamarcus Russell is the biggest bust in NFL history.
Correct.
Right? Is that a pretty agreeable statement?
Yes.
Okay. He was the number 1 overall pick, wasn't he?
Yes.
He was the top.
Jamarcus
he was way up there
for
the Raiders.
Gosh dang.
But if you want to ask where J Love goes, I mean, you could look at maybe the Seahawks. Obviously, they have Drew Lock. They traded, but
There's no way they would trade again, but they do have draft capital now. So
actually, I think the Seahawks might go after a bigger fish. I don't know.
So teams potentially in the market for Jordan Love, in my opinion. Steelers, they're looking for a good quarterback here. Indianapolis Colts.
We'll see.
I doubt the Houston Texans. I mean, if they keep coming out and saying that Davis is their guy, have at it. The Raiders looking for a potential replacement if they can't come to an agreement with Derek Carr. The New York Giants, that'd be interesting.
Yeah.
Minnesota Vikings looking for the Kirk Cousins replacement. Detroit looking for their replacement if they can't draft a quarterback in the first round, which they should be able to. They have 2 picks early, or one early, one late. Atlanta Falcons looking for replacement. Carolina still can't figure out their quarterback situation. And then potentially the Seahawks. I mean, there's a lot of good spots for Jordan Love to go to. And if Green Bay gets a call for a second or a third, I almost feel like you can't pass that up at this point in time.
I just don't think any teams are going to do it, honestly.
I don't think anyone's going to call this year. I think it'll be next year.
Yeah.
But if you're the Packers, you have to trade him while there's a little bit of optimism, right? Because if he sits until he goes into his 5th-year deal, he hasn't started but one game. Aaron Rodgers is out here potentially still tearing it up in his late age. I mean, you got to get something out of him because you did trade up to get him, and now it just looks worse and worse every year that he's sitting on the sidelines, making first-round money, not doing nothing.
Trevor asked, who do you think is going for shorthand Pickett, small hand Kenny Pickett here? So it was the Commanders. They were mock drafted to take him at 11, but now there's talks of Malik. Man, I don't know. With the Commanders getting their quarterback in Carson Wentz now, do they still draft a guy that early at 11 to potentially replace Carson Wentz if it doesn't pan out?
I saw like they gave the farm for Carl. So I would say they still would want to take a quarterback within the next couple of years.
I don't
Maybe
think
not this year. Not this year because they're top 10.
Yeah, they won't take a QB this year. They'll take someone to help. I don't know. Do they need O-line? I mean, I know we talked to Brent last week, but they may need an O-lineman or probably another wide receiver, right? They got Scary Terry, and that's about it.
Yeah.